slide. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat, Shell, and Dante, the dark child. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur King, baby, let's get it on.
And welcome to Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. This is your boy Pat, and as you can see, I'm solo dolo. I'm taking the other shows. Dark Knight will be on shortly. We want to get this thing started just on time to make sure we get off for you guys to watch the Thursday night football game. But again, welcome to Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans, and it's a pleasure to be here and be 4-0. I'm gonna say it one more again. It's a pleasure to be here and be 4-0. Yes, last week wasn't everything that we wanted. Especially our defense giving up the many yards to Sam Howell, Eric Bieniemy making sure he made that offense move. Our defensive backs kind of sucked. But besides that, I mean, we was able to squeak it out. At the end of the day, we are 4-0. And that's all that matters. To keep the main thing, and being undefeated and being able to control your destiny is what you want at the end of the day. Like I said, Dark Knight will be here shortly. He had to take care of some emergency matters. He just let me know, just go ahead and start the show so we can get everybody with their opinions, get our opinions, give you the analysis of the game and what I truly felt about this defense. And also, we got some new signings. We got some people who's going to be out this week. So I'm ready. I'm ready, and I got some news too. Once Dark Knight get on here with y'all. So let me go ahead and start this quarter. Let's get this thing rolling because I want to get going and get down to the nitty gritty of this team. Let me start the first quarter. Before you do anything, before I start the first quarter, make sure you go ahead and share this with your friends and families. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on the YouTube. Make sure you go to YouTube, like and subscribe us on YouTube because sooner or later we will be on YouTube. Dark Knight does the commentary during the game on YouTube. So we're a very unique show. Normally, what we do, we take a shot in honor of our Philadelphia Eagles. But since I'm doing Sober October, Dante is on his little kick. Michelle is absent at this particular moment because she has some big things she's doing. I'm not drinking, so that kind of sucks. But let me know what you're drinking. And we're going to toast to our Philadelphia Eagles. I have my water. And to our Philadelphia Eagles down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the First Quarter.
Yes, let's go to some of the first commentary to help me out as I wait for the Dark Knight to get here. Richard Layton, Eagles family, what's up? What's up, Rich? Dion, yo, what's up, 4-0 family? Can't many people say that in the league. It's only 2 undefeated teams. And damn sure we are one of them. Let that marinate. Jeremy T, what up? Jeremy, you got to see what I have here, Jeremy. You got to stay on. You got to see what I have here, JT. Tim Mack, go Birds 4-0, Bird fam. Yes, sir. Great Goose, Ultra Light. Yes. Listen, Rich, I don't think I'm going to last this whole month. I'll be honest with you. I don't think I'm going to last this whole month. It might end this weekend. Listen, after watching that game, watch this defense play so much soft coverage. I mean, it's 4th down and short, 3rd down and short, and they're playing this soft coverage. Pause. Tim Mack said, Pat, you look miserable. Yeah, I do. Listen, during that game, I was very close to cracking this open. Yes, I still have the bottle here. I was very, very close to cracking that bottle open and say, you know what, forget it. I can't last a day because this team gets me to that point. But it's just the love I have for my Philadelphia Eagles, seeing what they can be on defense and seeing that they didn't even put forth that effort. Kind of drove me a little crazy. But, shout out to Jake Elliott performing how we needed him to perform and kicking the game-winning field goal. In overtime. Jackie Myers, Stella Artois. Yes, that's what I love, Stella. Sorry, Reef, I'm not watching anymore. Y'all not drinking. Hey, Reef, if you want to be a test drinker, you want to be a backup drinker for us, man, listen, I'll get you the link. All you got to do is take the shots while we here. Oh, man. Walter Brent Burrell. Yo, what up, Eagles family? Yeah, listen, I need to understand. We need to understand with something, and I'm happy that Richard put that up there. Yes, Jim Johnson spoiled us, but having capable corners that can actually play these receivers that we play against every day is what makes me cringe watching this defense. Why in the hell are we playing 6 yards off of the receiver, especially receivers like Terry McClellan, Jahan Dotson, uh, uh, Curtis Samuels? Like, why are we playing off of these smaller receivers? I understand they're shifty, but we still have the length of them. We have the length of them, and the thing about it is I understand that our safety, we don't have CJ GJ back there. We got to throw that noise out the window. We have Terrell Edmonds and Reed Blankenship. Blankenship is a ball hawk. Terrell Edmonds, he has a lot to be desired. He needs a lot to be desired. And we're short staffed on that end. But you got to roll the dice here and there. As a defensive coordinator, you have to roll the dice. You cannot play it safe every single down. And don't say you blitz the extra guy here and there. You still played a soft, passive coverage, which made Sam Howell like the second coming of Tom Brady. How many times on this show I've talked about irrelevant quarterbacks and our defensive coordinators making that quarterback look like Tom Brady? It's to me, it's been happening to us, Philadelphia Eagles fan, who, yes, we have been spoiled too much, way too much. Hey Tim, I don't know. I might be done after today, Tim. I'll tell you why in a minute. But you know what? The more surprising thing about it is that we fall for this off season presser talk about Sean Desai is gonna make these teams fear us. You gonna make us feel you. Like pause. We don't. This guy threw for almost 300 yards. Who last week he threw 4 interceptions and was sacked 9 times. Yes, we had 5 sacks. Thank goodness to Nicholas Morrow, who was actually got cut and put on the practice squad, and it's been a light bulb at that linebacker position since N'Kobe Dean has been out. But at the same time, we're giving up the second most passing yards in the NFL? The second most passing yards. If a team understands that we have 700 pounds of grown men at the line of scrimmage and they can't run the football, but they can throw the ball, you think Buffalo is going to sit there and say, "Oh, let's go ahead and run the ball and establish a run game"? No. You think Miami going to sit there and establish a run game? No. You think the Cowboys is going to establish? No. They understand that we can't defend the pass. So they're going to throw for 400. A legit quarterback is going to throw for 400, almost 500 yards against this soft defense. We got to tighten up, fellas. Sean Desai, you got to get better. I don't care how I can say it any way I can say it. You have to get better as a defensive coordinator. You got to mirror your plays so each play is a mystery for the offense. You can't have the same coverage every single damn down. Don't know what's up with Slay. And this, hey, it's Terry McLaurin owns him. I'll be honest. Terry McLaurin, Scary Terry is a truth at the wide receiver position. John D. Batista, what's going on? Checking in with South Carolina Bird Game, checking in. Yes, sir. He also said our strong suggestions on the game plan. Maybe calling from above Sirianni or Howie. Well, Howie doesn't call plays. I think Sirianni has more of an input to our offensive play calling. I have no gripes about our offensive play calling because we did get the passing game started this week. Jaden's first 300-yard passing game, and he threw some beautiful footballs this past game. The one that he hit eyes over the middle between 2 linebackers, the one he put in the bread basket to AJ Brown between the corner and the safety. He has been masterful with the football as of lately and not turning the ball over. That's very key. That's very important moving forward, that you don't turn the ball over and just be yourself in the pass game. Uh, we went against a very stout. Need you to understand this. The risk is the Commanders have a very stout defensive front. Shoot, the whole defensive line is first round draft picks. Chase Young, Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne. Like their whole defensive front is nothing but first round draft picks. So it's going to be very difficult to run against them. It's going to be very difficult to run against them because that's the strength of the team. The strength of the Commanders is their defensive line and the wide receivers. That's it. And you know, of course, we're not going to live up to the top billing of the games previously, running for over 200 yards when you have that type of defense. But of course, we know their weakness is their secondary, just like our weakness right now is our secondary. Even though that should be a strength, that damn sure should be a strength. Need Roby to get right to work. Need that help in the box so JP can get back to I think the experiment of having James Bradbury in the slot it needs to be over. I understand we just signed Nicobe Roby to a practice squad deal, but that's experiment of having Bradbury in the slot, it needs to be over. He's a better outside corner D inside. For anybody that ever played the corner position, being in the nickel position, you have a two-way go at any given time, and it's a little bit more difficult, especially for the taller corners, to play that inside corner position. More or less, it's easier for the outside defensive back especially a taller defensive back, to be more effective on the outside in a press coverage or a closer man type of defense. We need to move by moving him back and adding this nickel that we have here. I think we can be more successful. Oh, I thought we had our Michelle one. Okay, I see. She had to give her time out. But with that being said, yes, we did add a new player onto the roster. But before we talk about the new player, no, she's not ready yet, so I'll wait a little bit. BJ, what up? If the back end of the defense can hold up and they get the offense right, they can be the wild card. Listen, that all we need is for our back four, our safety, our two corners, and our nickel. Not even a full of a safety, because we're going to switch that. All right, be competent, be decent, be able to bat a ball down without pass interference, be durable, be able to run with the receivers. This defense will be elite. All right, I see the show there. Here we go.
I was here. I just had to turn off my camera to plug in my phone. That's all.
How are you?
I'm well.
All right, you see, I'm here.
Hey, you running solo? You running
I'm
solo?
running solo for a minute, but Dark Knight, he's going to be on in a second.
I know he's being a hero. He playing Dark Knight
Yes,
out
he
there
is.
being a hero for people.
That's what's up, though. You got to do that once in a blue moon to help out the
you
fellow person,
Absolutely.
To the
Absolutely. What are we
show.
talking about? Defense?
Yes, of course. Of course. What do you think? What's your opinion on the defense right now?
Well, what did you say about who they just signed?
Roby.
Roby. What do you think about Roby?
That's a pretty decent, good signing, because he has been a corner nickel since he came in the league
Hey, Steph.
since 2014. He's played with both the Broncos, so he played with elite corners on the outside with Aqib Khalid. What's his name? I think I said his right.
Where do you think the Eagles are going to put him?
Nickel. He's a nickel corner.
Okay.
That's a specialty. His specialty is playing that nickel and being proficient enough to shut down their nickel. Like, he stays in the hip pocket. He reminds me almost. He's like a little bit older, but he reminds me of a Patrick Robertson. Remember we had him in the 2017 season. He's a guy that he's not going to command a high salary at the beginning, because of course he's a practice team player at this particular junction. But if he plays well, I can see us bring him to the roster, maybe add an extra year onto his contract, because we don't have that nickel guy.
Okay.
Mike Maddox is gone. Zach McPherson is gone, and right now we don't have a guy that's their specialty is nickel.
So you think Howie hit gold again?
I mean, he does know how to make those key acquisitions during the season just to put us over the top. He did it last year with the defensive line when they realized, we gave up too many rush yards. He matter of fact, he did it a while ago when we picked up we picked up Ajayi, when he
Mm-hmm.
picked up Ajayi, when he picked up Malcolm Jenkins, when we was clamoring for these other safeties, and we got Malcolm Jenkins. He was like, we don't want Malcolm Jenkins. Ended up being one of the best safeties for the Philadelphia Eagles ever, next to Brian Dawkins and Andre Waters.
Facts. Facts.
So
Facts.
this is an underrated signing, but it is a signing that is necessary.
No.
You need somebody with
Agreed.
experience.
Agreed. My whole take on defense is, and I'm sure everybody keeps commenting about it, is that soft zone.
Mhm.
Playing 10 yards off the ball when in crucial downs. I still don't understand that game. And that type of defensive scheme, playing off the ball. I know they don't want to give up the long ball, but
Mhm.
you're also leaving the middle of the field wide open, playing 10 yards off the ball for all those quick outs, quick passes. That doesn't lend itself for any quarterback. I
No,
don't
it
care
doesn't.
which level. Any NFL quarterback can get the ball out quick if they're running the right play.
Yeah.
Period. You could say he's busted or whatever, but that's been burning our defense, and that's been probably burning up most of the fan base too.
Oh man, listen,
Like, didn't he learn? Didn't decide learn from
no.
last year how we felt about soft zone and playing playing in soft zone? Like,
Well, was
didn't
he here last year? I don't think he was here last year, was he?
he? Well, somebody should have sent him a memo.
But you know what? The thing about it is we have the tools in the toolbox to be out there. Like, don't get me wrong, Josh Jobe is still, green behind the ears. He's still wet behind the ears and all that.
Hmm.
You know, he's still getting baptized in this league. But he's a good corner. He's a competent corner. He reminds me of Steve Nelson. He's not elite, but he can get the job done. We're about to go against an elite quarterback arm, an elite quarterback arm. Stafford has an elite arm, and if we don't get this thing shored up, the guy they got, I can't even say his name. They got some
Naku.
undrafted, the cool. Well,
Hmm.
he's gonna carve us up for 200 yards by himself. By
As a
himself.
rookie.
That's a
But
rookie.
Ike Reese mentioned, I was listening to them earlier. He said, our veteran in Slay and Bradbury, do you really think they're going into LA scared of rookies? Even no matter how good they are, you know what I mean? I'm
Listen,
just saying.
any
I'm
given
just saying.
Sunday, any given
Look,
Sunday,
Justin Jefferson.
yeah, he put up too many. Yeah. Anyway, we got to be sound on that side of the football. They
We
don't really
do.
have a run game, in let me end this quarter. I can talk about what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles in a second.
Yeah, I want to
Um,
talk about the injuries. Who's out?
yes, sir.
Cox, Covey limited, so hopefully he could play because we finally got a special teams that's working. So we need them
Yeah,
to stay healthy.
he's probably not gonna play, and I'm gonna tell you why on the other end.
And that's the end of the quarter.
Okay, welcome to Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. I'm here, Pat, and this is my girl Nichelle. Dark Knight is gonna be around sometime, probably after halftime, because he's out there saving his fellow friends, and making Eagles fans all over the world look good while doing it. Here we are a very unique Eagles Talk show. We drink, yes, we drink. And in the spirit of we drinking, it is sober October for myself.
Yeah. Well, I got some iced coffee, Dunkin' iced coffee, but I did put a little splash of Cantera Negra in it. So a little
Ooh,
cafe
ooh.
tequila liqueur. Just a
Oh,
little splash, a little something.
that means you're cooking something nice then.
Little something, little something.
Yes, I got water. You can't see the cup because it's blue,
Yep.
but I got water.
Water. That's
So
good. Stay hydrated, drink responsibly, or if you're not drinking, put up your smoothies, your seltzers, put them
mhm.
up in the air.
Just let us know what kind of drink you are drinking. Oh, is he coming in? Because if he comes in, I'll wait till after this. So, to
Well,
our
he ain't
Philadelphia
drinking
Eagles,
anyway.
yeah, to our Philadelphia Eagles, down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the second
Hey,
quarter.
Duncan, can we get some gift certificates?
So before we go on with the I'm gonna put him on the stage. Dark Knight, what up?
Yo,
Go fight
yo,
him.
yo.
Yo,
Oh,
shout
he
out to you,
ready. And
Dark
I was
Knight,
going to
man.
wear my Phillies gear, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to wear it until we make the World Series.
Yeah,
I feel you.
but I want to do
That's
this right
not
now
totally.
while we're in the
Go
second
ahead.
quarter, because I was waiting for you to come on. You too, Nichelle. So there is a is a new bourbon and a vodka out there made by Boat Bottling Company called Bird Game.
Oh,
Yes, and you know what your boy had to do, right?
buy it.
So your boy had to go out and get it. They sell it here on 18th Street off of Rittenhouse Square. They give you the 2-pack. I actually bought another bourbon. It's called Bird Game. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, Bird Gang vodka, huh? Wow.
Yes,
All right.
specifically for the Philadelphia Eagles fan of Philly.
Listen,
Wow.
but there's
Bird Gang
also a
bourbon.
beer by Flying Fish Brewing Company. Shout out to Jersey.
Shout out to Jersey. This is the name of
Called
it.
Go Birds. So you got to get the beer to go with that.
I
as
will.
your chaser. It's called Go Birds. That's their Eagles beer.
So, in the
Both of
spirit
them
of
companies need to come see us for this free advertisement. Both of them.
Hey, listen,
the check.
you know, Flying Fish is right here in what is that? Summerdale or something like that. So
well, they're right on right off the Chestnut Street. This is where this company is.
mhm.
And they will be at the actual stadium tomorrow in Lot K, doing a pop up from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Oh,
And
word?
JT, yeah, JT,
You know who's going to be very interested in that, and that's JT. JT,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
whoa, boy.
hold up,
Oh,
wait a
boy.
minute, wait a minute.
What's the retail on that, Pat? What's the retail?
I got
on
some
that?
more. So for the bourbon is $38,
Mhm.
which is
Mhm.
darn good.
Mhm.
For the vodka, because I got 3 of these. Don't ask me why. For the vodka, since I already do vodka, it's $28.
Gotcha.
All right. That's not bad.
But Dark Knight
Some
in the
old,
shell
some Go Birds old fashioned. Come on now.
Yeah.
and Tyrese, if you out there, Tyrese, your boy broke his sober October
Oh, yeah.
already.
Wow.
They had some tasters in there, so I cannot just buy it and not taste it.
Yeah,
And
I wouldn't buy anything I couldn't taste. Come on
so
now.
Right.
this is it's actually pretty tasty. It's a smooth bourbon, and my sober October is officially over.
Mm.
All right. So we don't need any special celebrity shot takers because Pat's back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, so what do you guys talk about so far? You talk about the fact that
I was just
I
talking about
pumped
the
the brakes
defense.
Defense. We
real,
just
real,
talked
real
about
hard.
defense, the new
talked
guy.
about
We were going to get into
the injuries.
injuries next.
Well, okay. All right. Well, there's no doubt if you saw the postgame show that I've not just pumped the brakes, I've slammed the brakes on that Super Bowl trip just for now. So so we're gonna take it one game at a time now. And,
What we
see-
said from day one.
yeah. I'm back. That was
Yeah.
a scary one. I'm happy that we got it. Of course, a win is better than a loss any day of the week. 4-0, that's all that matters is the record, right?
That's
But
all that
we
matters.
understand that we have to play a lot better. We cannot continue to do this. At some point, we're going to have to put it all together. And as you can see, it's not there just yet. But I think it's encouraging that we're finding a way to win. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a sign of team with character and a sign of great teams. I mean, if you just look at the defending Super Bowl champions last year, they didn't have a dominant year. They had a tough year. They squeaked out some wins, and like I said before, I think that builds character. But at some point, you want to see your team hitting on all cylinders. But again, bottom line is the W. Bottom line is the W. If we have to win all our games looking like they did on Sunday, all the way into the playoffs, into the big game, I'll take it. If there was a choice between flying high and losing or winning ugly and bringing home the chip, I'll take the winning ugly and bringing home the chip. So I'm that's not lost on me, but I'm not, I'll pump the brakes on the trip. Let's just play the games. I'll just play the games out.
Right.
Yeah, listen, you're 100% right. I said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. If you win 3-2, It's a win.
Mhm.
A win is a
It's a
win.
win.
That's all that matters
It's a
when it
win.
comes to the playoffs. That's all that matters when it comes to the chip.
Mhm.
And the funny
Right.
thing about it, Dark Knight and the show, if you go back and look at our season last year, right, and just look at the totality of what we did in the first 4 games, the same sentiments is said for each game. Actually, last week, I mean, the first 4 weeks, right, from week 1 to week 4 in 2022, the Lions almost beat you. This year, the Pats almost beat you. Last year, primetime Kirk. This year again, primetime Kirk Cousins. The third game of last year, the Commanders aren't good. The Bucks aren't good. The fourth game, this game we just almost lost. Struggle against the Jags last year, right? We struggled against the Jags. Remember, Jags was up 14-0. This year, what? We struggled against the commies, the Commanders,
What was our first 4 games last year?
the Lions,
Uh-huh.
Vikings, the Commanders, and the Jags. The
Oh, okay.
same
Yeah.
outcome of those first 4 games can be said about the first 4 games this year. The same exact outcome.
So you saying we're going back to the Super Bowl?
I'm not saying that because I'm not Dark Knight.
I don't know about that.
one.
I think we in those first 4 games last year, we were putting up points. I remember correctly. The second
the
quarter was
second
our
quarter,
The quarter
and
was
then-
we was putting up points. We're not putting up points like that. I mean,
I
like,
know, but then we would
I
let
don't
these
see-
people come back on us in the third and fourth quarter and still had to maybe put up 1 or 2 more touchdowns to win the game. But
This
don't
is
forget that
different.
either.
We didn't put any points up until like the third quarter. I mean, we was
Well-
trailing going into half, 17-10. We didn't wrestle the game back until the third quarter. We had a dominant third quarter. So I guess if you substitute our second quarter for last year for our third quarter this year, maybe so.
For sure. I mean,
Yeah.
if you want something crazy, like, we're averaging this year about almost 32 points a game, right? We had one game where we only had 25. We're averaging a high. We're the second leading scorer in the NFL. Like, we're putting points on the board. It's just how we're
You
doing it.
can't tell by our fan base.
Nah, it's terrible.
I know you can't.
It's terrible.
Spoiled ass.
All right, so y'all talked about the defense.
Yep.
I mentioned
All right.
defense. I mentioned how soft. How's it 3rd down and 3, 3rd down and 2, and we're playing 6 yards off our wide. Terry McLeod, playing 6 yards off Curtis Samuels. We're playing 6 yards off Jahan Dotson. That makes no sense in any defensive coordinator's head besides the ones we have here in Philadelphia. From
We
Say,
had
look, at
moved on from that,
to
but Pat,
Gannon,
you
to
brought
the
it back
side.
up.
Yes, I brought it back up because Dark Knight's here.
Cause I need to talk about that. The side
I'm sorry. Nisha. I'm
after the
sorry, Nisha.
game, I thought they were going to pull off the mask like on Scooby Doo. I thought they was going to pull out of his mask, and
And
that
be
Jonathan
Gannon.
Gannon was going to be right.
Yep.
Gannon was under there
Yep.
the whole time. I knew it was the, and he would be like, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those meddling kids. I'm telling you, this defense looks so much like Gannon last week. I was like, what the hell is going on? It was discouraging to say the least to see them to play that soft and allow them to come back. And I remember not distinctly, but I think I recall in the first game that I thought that Sirianni should have let the defense close the game out. Well, this week he tried to let the defense close the game out, and they damn near cost us the game. So, wow.
They cost us the game because I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna move off this rant because we got to talk about these injured players. You have 3 consecutive plays where you blitz your linebackers up, double A gap blitz, right? And you get after the quarterback. 3 plays consecutively. That last play, you drop your linebackers back, and you had everybody playing middle of the field instead of creating what Nichelle calls the mushroom, creating a double team on all the players. Every single player that went out in that formation should have been double team. That's how many people we had in coverage. What the hell zone are we playing? Whereas though Josh Jobe is inside the receiver and he's on the outside route. He's not even close enough to the receiver to touch him. The ball got to the receiver before the corner can even touch him, and the corner never touched him. Like the philosophy, the that he has these players playing with, it's a scaredy cat philosophy. It's a scaredy cat philosophy, and therefore you're gonna have a Sam Howell, who I said got sacked 9 times, threw 4 interceptions the week prior, looked like the second coming of Tom Brady. I'm
I
up
got
for it.
somebody's phone here. This is not my phone, is it?
Nah.
Whose phone is this?
Uh-oh.
Where
Oh,
did you get this from?
shucks.
Oh, I'm looking at them like this not my.
That's when
What
you
is
help
this?
people out.
Oh
Yeah, I
boy.
think I got somebody's phone here. All right. Yeah, that was horrible, man.
I'm
I
off my rant.
was thinking about the 4th and 2 in the first game when he went for it and we didn't get it and we turned the ball over on 4th and 2, and I was thinking, why didn't he just punt it and let the defense play? Well, after this game, I see why he didn't punt it and let the defense hold, because the defense is not holding. And it was a great. They played a great quarter in the third quarter. Like I was ready to take a nap. You know what I mean? I thought it was lights out. I mean, 167 yards, and you hold the opposing team to 18. I was like, all right, they're focused. They've gone to the locker room. They've regrouped, and now we should be on our way to closing this game out. And then that soft, fast, passive defense. And I'm gonna get off it because you guys already talked about it. But wow, that was discouraging. Discouraging to say the least. And I know we cannot continue to go on like this the rest of the weeks, and especially coming up this Sunday. I mean, don't get it twisted. Yeah, every team we go up against, except for save for a couple, we're probably going to be favored. But that doesn't mean that we can't have a scare every week, and especially this week with the Rams coming in and Cooper Kupp coming back. And Stafford is a much better quarterback than Howell. So
Yes.
if we play that same type of passive defense, and we thought that this was over once Gannon left, right? We would thought that soft passive defense was a thing of the past because Gannon was no longer here, and then we see this last week, and now I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of it. I don't want it to become the norm.
Right now, I mean, I hate to say that we have to get used to it with the addition of Brandy Roby. That it may be a better formula for us to be better, playing a more tight knit defense. But you know what? We got to win. It's another week to tighten up and get better than what we did this past week. With the additions, we have We added Brandy Roby. I think we released Kyron Johnson. And also this week, Michelle, some injury updates.
Oh, Covey, Fletcher Cox. Oh, I thought you were giving them to me.
Oh yeah,
But Covey was limited today. He practiced, so you
yeah.
don't think he's gonna,
No, he didn't pass concussion protocol yet.
I
And
know they said he didn't pass, but he might pass by Sunday.
I don't think they're gonna let him play. I think they're taking a more cautious approach when it comes to players being that protocol and having them out the following week because same thing happened with Boston Scott, happened with Bradbury. Now it's on Covey. So I think they're just giving that player that 1 week to get back to their self, regardless if their baseline tests say that they're there.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
think it's just a smart
that
decision
sucks for
on the
us.
behalf of our trainers. Because you know what, the worst thing you could do is have this person, have a symptom like we saw with Tua. That was scary in itself.
Yeah, yeah.
So player safety is a number one concern here, especially with the injuries that we had so far. Because we didn't have no small injuries. We have Achilles torn. We had uh, a knee blown out. We had a pectoral rip. Like we have some major injuries, guys that contribute over Zach McPherson and Sean Bradley, a special teams ace, and Avante Maddox, who I would believe if he's playing nickel, we'd be okay. We'll be okay. I still have something against him. I'm not going to talk about it now, but I still have something against Avante. I don't think he's the smartest or the lightest bub in the drawer, but he gets the job done when he can.
For sure.
Brady Roby brings more experience to that nickel position, which definitely is going to be a help for us moving forward.
Yeah, but does he even play this weekend?
Well, Fletcher Cox is going to be down, so I mean, he's been in this league long enough. He's a veteran. He knows the
I
ins and
think they
outs,
should put him in too.
and I think he would start. I think he would play him. I think he would
Mhm.
play him at this particular point.
Yeah. Well,
But we got an issue though.
what?
What's that?
Dark Knight, how many times can you bring a player up off the practice squad?
What is it, 3? I don't know. How
If
many
it's
times?
3, this would be the 3rd game for the punter off the practice squad, Brandon Mann. Then we got to make a decision whether we want to add him to the roster or not. We got a lot of decisions.
They need a punter. They're gonna add him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do that. You cannot go without a punter. So I don't know what they were doing. It might have been an experiment to see, to see how they can juggle some bodies. But we can't go without.
I'm sure Howie will figure it out.
Yeah, definitely.
I have all faith in
faith in
Howie to
Howie,
figure it
really.
out. For once, we've had a few seasons where we ain't really got to stress about what Howie's doing right now. We
Yeah.
got,
Right.
Howie finds the gaps and fills the holes as soon as he sees, by the trade deadline. And he keeps burning these people, in the league when it comes to being able to put his team together to make a playoff run. Like, he's the best at it right now.
Yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
He's wheeling and dealing.
Well,
Show me the
I
money.
heard somebody.
He's going to
I
need
heard
the will
somebody
to.
talk about
But our
how
offense.
how he watches the games like us. And when
He
saw
does,
Joe
like,
out there, and
oh,
like,
damn,
oh
we
man,
need a-
no, we
we
need
need a
somebody
nickel.
else. Yeah.
Oh,
like, we need a
damn.
nickel.
No.
Like, yo.
No, don't say that. Don't say he watched the game like us, because if you watch the game like us, how many times we would fire the defense and offensive coordinator?
Oh yeah.
All
Nah, I
right.
don't be ready to.
But
fire him
Howie's
like that.
also smart enough to know, like,
Because I would have been had Brandon Leftwich in this game. I would have been had Brian Leftwich here if I didn't see the offense progress. I would have been got Desai out here and hired what's the old Bears coach?
they're only. What are you talking about? They're only 4 games deep.
I know. I'm saying if you
Who?
watch the game
But
like we did,
nobody's firing their OC after 3 games.
we wanted to fire him after the first game.
That's the
Who?
fans. But the
That was the
GM,
first
the GM's not doing that. Stop. That don't even
I'm
make
good.
sense.
But we do got some. We got some serious injuries right now that we got to really be concerned about.
Mhm.
Cam Jerkins is going to be missing probably 1 or 2 games. Sua Peta actually suited up and played well in his absence.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
I don't know. The first couple
You
snaps,
gotta get-
that boy Allen
got
was pushing
blessed.
me back like a damn parking sled.
He got blessed. Yes, he did.
Oh,
But
all right, yeah, he got blessed.
after he got his feet under him, say, "Yo, I'm actually playing football." He stood up to the test of time and had actually a productive game. Because I did see those times he got pushed into the
Yeah.
lap of Jalen,
Like,
and like, yo, we can't do this. Who else we got over there? But he did very well.
I thought he was on ice skates. He was
He-
just
he-
pushing me
he
back.
did
I was
well.
like,
Did,
yo,
did
dig
Fletcher
your feet
Cox
into the ground. Dig your feet into the ground.
It's called anchoring. It's called
Yeah.
anchoring.
I'm like,
But
yo,
Fletcher Cox is also going to be out for a game. He got an epidural shot in his back for his pain.
Richard Booth said he should be able to. I don't see why he can't play. I got the same shot. Really?
that's
you-
Fletcher Cox.
you
I
don't
don't see
have
why he can play.
300-pound men pushing against you.
Right? Come on,
Yeah.
stop playing with me.
You're only doing Richard. You're only doing 12-ounce curls. That's a lot easier than
He
know,
said
it's just
12-ounce
12
curls. He
curls.
said,
You
"You
just
just
got
lifted
2
your
more."
beard, bro."
That's a little lighter than what Fletcher's doing.
Mhm.
But man, we might miss Fletch. This is a big game with the injuries coming up, man. The way we're playing, this is going to be a true test of the depth on this team, right? And then it's just another week to see if they can get it together. If they can start putting
I think it's more of a
consistent
test for
effort.
defense than offense. I
Yeah,
think
you just have
offense
to-
just has to get some timing
Yeah,
down
yeah,
and
I
get on
agree.
the same page. I'm comfortable with them. I'm comfortable for them to fight through adversity.
Mhm.
What I'm not comfortable with right now is the defense. Well, our backfield fighting through adversity right now.
And with
I
that being said,
agree.
Dark Knight in the show. Let me end this quarter and get into the third quarter because we come to against it.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show on Facebook. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles. And we do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So Pat has broken his sober October, and he's brought out the bird. What is that? The bird?
No,
Gang?
he's not drinking it.
I'm
He's
not
just
drinking
showing
it.
it
I'm just
off.
showing
He's
it.
drinking
Oh, he's
water.
just showing off.
I'm drinking.
Oh,
I'm
he's drinking
definitely
water?
drinking water.
No,
yeah.
he just said he broke it when
Oh,
he
but-
tasted it to buy it.
Oh. He's not
Couldn't
doing
buy
it
it without tasting it.
Yeah. These two
Okay, all
bottles.
right. So
They
he's
bottled
not
here in
doing-
Philly. Actually, at King of Prussia, and sold here in Philly. If you gotta go to birdgangspirits.com to order it.
Mhm.
What's up, Ryan? What's up? All right, so we're going to take everybody's doing
And lady,
and ladies. We're going to do gentlemen. Oh, Ryan, yeah,
come on, Ryan.
Ryan, yes.
What I
All
look
right, so I'm
like?
doing cranberry juice. Pat's doing water, and Michelle is doing her Dunkin' coffee. You can do whatever you want.
I got a little spike in here. I got a little Quintera Negra in here.
Oh, okay. All right. She has spiked coffee. So let me know what you're drinking out there. Let's toast our 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles. And down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the third quarter.
All right. So yeah, this is going to be a big test.
Definitely
What do you think about this team coming up, Pat?
Well, the what are they? L.A. Rams. Oakland
Yeah,
Rams?
the Los Angeles Rams in
Rams
SoFi
from LA.
Stadium.
Yeah, it's so weird. But they're a formidable foe. They found a diamond in the rough, I should say, in an undrafted rookie they got. You know his name. I don't know his name. But him and Matthew Stafford, they have a connection that's like Kirk Cousins and Jefferson. Like these guys hook up, and that's the thing. What they like to do is what we can't defend at this particular point. We can't stop the pass. We cannot stop the pass. Like teams are really throwing the ball against us. We have more passing yards against us than any other team in the NFL. Like we're second in the league of letting quarterbacks go for 300 yards. This has to stop this game. Matthew Stafford does have a issue with his hip, so it's a perfect opportunity to come after and get after the quarterback. But it does present a new set of issues to our defensive backs when this pressure from this Matthew Stafford arm start lighting us up, because he's elite talent when it comes to arm talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not a Sam Howell where he will fit that ball in anywhere and everywhere on the field at any given time. But if our defensive line is able to get after Matthew Stafford, you can make him pedestrian, get him out the game early and often, because he is suffering from a hip contusion. Put him on his side, put him on his butt, get him out the game, and just win this game going away. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, and let's be clear, the Rams haven't put up more than 30 points. We're averaging 32.
Yeah,
and they're also coming off an overtime win as well.
Yeah, they should have lost the game actually, because they should never let the Colts come back at all.
Listen,
like that, you should know that the Colts.
I'm just saying, and the Bengals beat them 19-16.
Yeah, and the Bengals are trash right now.
And the Bengals
I'm
are
just
trash.
saying.
I'll be honest with you.
I'm just saying. That was only 2 weeks ago.
If we're able to curtail Matthew Stafford's arm, I'm not saying I don't care who he has at receivers. If we're able to stop that, they can't run the ball against us. And the best player on the team is not even on offense. Is Aaron Donald on defense. If we're able, if Jason Kelsey and Lane Johnson and that interior offensive line is able to make sure Aaron Donald will cause a ruckus, I mean, this shouldn't be a difficult game for us. Any given Sunday, yes, but we should be able to go to LA and whip up on them and come home with a W. But we cannot play the same type of defense we played this past weekend. Can't.
No, we can't. But Khalil, I don't know. I might have to push back a little bit on that. I think Stafford does have elite arm talent.
He has one of the strongest arms in the NFL.
Yeah.
No, Stafford's legit. Stafford's legit, but at the same time, he can be taken down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if our defensive backs hold up this week, if that play holds up this week, I think our front guys can eat. But everything rests on the defensive backfield right
Mhm.
now in terms of production and how we make adjustments.
All
Gotta
right,
make
this is an interesting comment right here. Brian says Eagles lost the Super Bowl because they can't cover and stop the pass. They will lose this year too for the same reason. Outside of the front four pressure and getting sacks, this team is awful on defense. What do you guys think about
Wow,
that?
that's harsh.
I mean, you got to be hard. You can't sugarcoat it. We from Philadelphia.
Yeah,
this is
but we
our
had one of the
team
top 3 defenses last year, and we still thought they were awful.
because it was soft. I
Yeah,
mean,
they was soft.
let's be honest.
They
If
were.
we're able to get pressure on you right away and get a sack, then that made the defense look good, right?
So what would it be if our defense was performing better, but our record was 2-2?
We'd be crappy.
Yeah.
It'd be the same thing. Like
we really
crazy
be,
thing
yeah,
about
we
it is
really be
for
good.
all the faults that we give this team, they are 4-0. They're 4-0 because of the talent on the team. They're 4-0 because of the talent, not because of the scheme, because of the talent.
Oh, definitely not because of the scheme.
Jalen Hurts is a different monster back there.
Mhm.
AJ Brown is an alien. He's
Yeah.
always open.
They put the game, yeah, they put the
Devontae
games
Smith
on
is
their
the
back.
best receiver Devontae Smith is the best receiver on the team, and you got AJ Brown.
Did you see Malcolm Jenkins' interview on one of the podcasts
Mhm.
with one of the, I think it was NBC reporters? They asked him, who would you rather cover, AJ Brown or Devontae? And he was like, Brown. He's like, I like bigger receivers. He's like, them skinny and them tiny receivers. He's like, they hard to grab.
Yeah, like
He's
Yeah.
like, they slip right by you. I can at least tussle. I got some
Mhm.
meat to grab on a
AJ
thicker
Brown
receiver.
he got a little speed on him, but he's not as swifty and
Yeah,
quicker
just
route runner than Devontae. It's a good problem to have. All right, 1A and 1B. I mean, they both 1A and 1A.
hello. Pick your poison.
And
Pick
the
your
thing about it
poison.
is that we haven't got our tight end involved in the game whatsoever yet. We haven't
I
got him
know.
involved in the game. And Swifty had a pedestrian game last week, even though he had over 57 yards rushing and a touchdown. You know, our offensive rush, the defensive front took the game away from us. This
Mhm.
week, we have to bring it to them. We have to, for some reason, somehow, somewhere, we always make sure that Aaron Donald doesn't hurt us. We have to continue that formula to make sure he does not hurt us this game, because he can be a game wrecker by himself.
Mhm.
And just take over the game while we're in LA, you know, because we travel well. It's gonna be an Eagle away game. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
We just
In
gotta-
LA, they don't get very, very excited about anything. I don't care what it is, but
They're just there to pose
Mhm.
in LA.
yeah, I'm with Michelle. I don't have a problem with the offense. I feel comfortable that they figure out a way to put up points, and it's proven. I mean, we averaging 32 points. That's not to be sneezed at. Even
Nope.
though the offense has not been clicking on all cylinders, that's what's more impressive to me, is that we're averaging 32 points, and this offense is not looking dominant. You know what I'm saying? So that just tells me it's a sign of maturity, veteran leadership, and they just know how to get the ball in the end zone. They figure it out, right? But the defense has to raise its level of play. I mean, we
Definitely.
need to cut out the mistakes, the scheming, the passive play call, and this is what kills me, right? Because prior to having a lead, we played good. I mean, it's when we get a lead and they go into that mindset. I don't want to call it prevent, but it's like we're not. But it basically it is prevent. They go into this prevent mindset of not allowing big plays after that. After we get a lead and we're in the second half and I guess they think we're coasting, they get into this passive mindset, and that's just, that just kills me. It drives me crazy to watch that every time, because we got back in the game. We didn't get back in the game in the third quarter playing that passive defense. That third quarter, when we held them to 18 yards for the whole quarter, that was not passive defense. So why do you change that? Why can't you play that in the fourth quarter too? Why can't you just play that way on out the game? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why they have to go to this passive defense. I just don't understand. I didn't understand it with Gannon, And the side just showed it this week. I hope it's not a pattern or anything, but that scared me. That scared me seeing that fourth quarter defense. I was like, what the hell?
Well,
This looks like
before I get
fantasy.
hyperbolic and scared or say they're total trash, I'm gonna let them get to, they
The
got
fifth game,
this
yeah.
week and next week to get it
Yeah.
together before I get hyperbolic and be like, oh, they're terrible and oh my God, I'm scared. Come on, y'all.
I know they're not terrible. I saw in the third quarter. You cannot hold the team to 18 yards
Yeah,
in
I'm
the third
getting
quarter.
heat. Like
if
I
you
don't,
were-
I
yeah,
don't know.
like-
The defense has work to do, but I'm not going to be like they're the worst because they're not.
No,
We're
I'm
3-0.
not going to be like
They're
that either.
they're definitely
I'm
not
like
the
that.
worst, but
No.
No,
they're
no.
trending. They're trending in that direction. If you want to put together a pie
Yeah.
chart of what their defense is looking like, well, our offensive line is off the charts. I mean, our
Yeah,
defensive
for
line is
sure.
off the charts. Our linebackers is actually in the medium level, right? Our defensive backs is lacking.
Right. So it's not the entire defense. So I'm
it-
not going to trash our entire defense because a
Mhm.
position group.
Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
the one thing that
That's disrespectful to the rest of them that
I
are
do
doing
have
their
to
job.
say this. I do have to say this that you function as a team.
Mhm.
So one function of the team doesn't work. The whole team is not going to
It
work on
can't.
all cylinders. It
Mm-mm.
can't. It definitely can't. Shout out to our special teams because damn sure Brett and Covey is doing some things we never thought he would do. But our special teams is taking it to another level. Jake Elliott,
That's right.
special teams
That's
player
right.
of the week, twice now, right? I think.
Mhm.
But our defensive backs with Slay, with Big Pay, with Bradbury, with Reed Blankenship, and Sidney Brown is coming back to play that position because Terrell Edmonds has no reason he should be on that field any longer. Listen, he held up. He shouldn't be there no longer. And with Bradley Roby, these guys can be elite. The philosophy has to change.
For sure.
Who
For
is this
sure.
guy? I don't know him. Who's
Do
this
we do we need another do we need a receiver?
Oh, you're going
I
to
don't know.
Electro needs a receiver.
so
Claypool might be available for what?
No, we
I
don't need-
I love Zacchaeus.
no.
Y'all
Yeah, I
like
love
him?
Zacchaeus too.
Come on, y'all.
I mean, we barely have enough balls to
his
go
name.
around to who
What's
we
his
have out
name?
there. I mean, you
Right?
just talked about having a Pro Bowl tight end, and he's not even been a part of the.
right. Like
offense,
can
I
we, our
don't-
tight end needs to
Yeah,
eat before you
yeah,
even
he
think
need to
about
eat a little bit
another
more, yeah.
receiver.
I do have to say this though. We are missing the offense is missing the speed of Quez Watkins.
Didn't he practice too?
He's a full go.
He's a full go.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
Quiz.
I did
All right,
mention
now this will be,
that.
you know,
Gotta take a
I'm
moment.
not his
silence for
enemy
that.
anymore,
Mhm.
but I will be looking for a difference in the offense when Quez get there. Even he doesn't even have to catch the ball because, like you just said, they're missing his speed. So
Mhm.
I want to see, keep my eye on how this offense operates when he's back in the lineup, even if he doesn't catch the ball, because you know that was a part of his draw too, because he can run so fast that you had to pay attention to him, and it kind of opens up some things underneath. So we'll see what effect he has on the offense when he returns. You know my confidence level in him actually catching the ball is still. I still waver on that, but I just want to keep my eye on when he returns to the field how this offense looks. I'll be looking out for that.
He said put him on the practice squad.
R.I.P. Dick Buckus. He
Yeah.
was a legend. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
a legend.
Mhm.
A
he
legend. A
was.
legend.
He was a monster linebacker.
Oh my goodness.
Coach,
Yeah.
personality.
He was up there with Madden in terms of legends of this.
Yeah.
Lombardi,
Mhm.
Dick Buckus,
Mhm.
Madden. Come on now.
Yeah, you're 100% right about that.
He definitely was. And rest in peace and condolences to his family
Mhm.
Mhm.
and as such. Another legend down. Oh man, he made football. He made football, man. He was one of
Yeah.
those names that, you know, he made football. You talk about like Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White. You talking about legends on defense. He was one of those.
Listen,
So,
Palatero here has all the tea. They looking at Claypool. They might ship Quez to Carolina.
No, don't do that.
Where you getting the tea from? Where you getting the
Oh.
tea from? You was told by who?
A
That's
little
what I want to know.
dirty.
Who's your source?
Yeah, we need sources,
No, you can't
Palatero.
put the sources here.
Jeremy Chin be coming here too.
You don't have to
Who's
say
that?
the person. Just
He's a
give me
safety. He's a safety. A high pick safety. He was
yeah.
picked in the second
You
round by
got
the
inside
Panthers.
scoop.
They said,
But you
pay
know what?
attention. Just wait. Just wait. All right, Palatero, we're gonna wait.
He works well with his offense when he's healthy. When he's healthy, he makes his offense. Believe it or not, when he opens up the middle of the field, the tight end is wide open.
Facts.
Quez opens up his speed itself. Now you really got to pay attention to that because you go back to the couple games last year against the Vikings, he's wide open because of his speed. Wide open because of his speed. And that helped draw different things against the Tennessee Titans. Him out there running those over routes led to one-on-one coverage with A.J. Brown. So,
come on, Tim. You out of pocket for that. The Bears didn't lend to Dick Puck's passing.
Yeah, we're not going to put that one up there.
Come on. You out of pocket for that. You know better than that.
We got to do a quick fourth quarter. So I'm going to end this quarter, and we're going to go to a quick fourth quarter. And Dark Knights might have to roll out because he's still helping his friends out, man. That's really love that.
And that's the end of the quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter. This is Eagles Talk, the #1 Eagles coverage show around. That's by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And here on Eagles Talk, we'd like to talk about our favorite football team. That is the Philadelphia Eagles. We do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage, which no one has tonight. So we're going to be enjoying just
water.
I got a little spiked coffee.
Oh,
yeah, coffee is still a favorite adult beverage.
Yeah.
Don't get that
and so is my cranberry juice. I'm an adult, and it's my favorite, so it's a favorite adult beverage.
I love cranberry.
All right.
You should get the cranberry ginger ale. You ever get that?
Right now.
Yeah, I did. I like that.
You get the cranberry ginger? Yeah, it's delicious.
I
hear you, Ryan. I hear you. The coverage is atrocious, but my entire unit, as a unit, I'm not going to go.
All right, so here we go. We're going to salute our Philadelphia Eagles down the hatch. We 4-1. I mean 4-0. Don't get it.
I know there's no one. It's
down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
You're now listening to the fourth quarter.
There's no one in undefeated. I just learned that. There's no one in undefeated. We're undefeated, 4-0.
We are.
We should be happy about that.
Let the Phillies be an example for us. How miserable were people a few months ago? If this team doesn't do X, Y, Z, if Aaron Nola doesn't do X, Y, Z, look how they're peaking at the time they're supposed to peak.
Amen.
Yes.
Is that not the goal of this, or we now we want to see it all now? We're not going to see it all now. You're not going to see it all now from any team. Are you watching the rest of the league?
Unless we go undefeated the whole season.
Right, but are you watching the rest of the league? Or is anybody watching football outside of the Eagles?
Good brother. It's going out there. You go out there, brother.
That's good.
This is not it.
I better hear all of y'all. I see you. I figured the red jacket wasn't Phillies. Yeah, I know.
All right. So enjoy yourself out there, brother. Enjoy yourself.
Shout out to everybody that's going to the game in LA.
Yeah, because I know they're going to. Turn out and make it. It's going to sound like that's what I love. I love watching the game, away games, and it sounds like we're home. Sometimes sometimes you read the game by listening to the crowd, right? But not when we're on the road. You can't read the game by listening to the crowd because if you hear a giant roar of the crowd when you're playing, when we're on the road, it may be a good Eagles play that just happened. When you hear the roar of the crowd, when you hear the roar of the crowd, when we're on the road, it just may be the Eagles that's making a big play. And I love the way our fan base travels and makes it sound like it's a home game, especially in those towns where they don't show the same passion, where they don't buy the tickets, and LA is like that. They don't get very excited about it.
Yeah, and they got hella Eagles fans in LA. I could name 10 that I know that are friends, because they're all from here.
They're gonna take over. He said they're gonna take over. I hear that.
I have a rant right now. I do have a rant right now, and it has to do with
what is it?
It has to do with the Beverly shove. Right? They called Landry Dickerson offsides. Jason Kelsey said that wasn't Landry Dickerson's hand. That was his hand on the ground. Now, on top of that, Deron Payne's hand was underneath the football, touching the football, and they called offsides on the offensive guard. How in the hell is that a call in this day and age?
I didn't want to get into the refs because I don't want refs deciding the game, but that last game, the play calling was mad suspect.
The refs,
Yeah,
I mean, the refs calls were
they
mad
had
suspect.
they had something
yeah,
against us,
they were.
and I said it after the game. They called pass interference too many times against us when it should have been a defensive holding, which is 5 yards, but pass
Right.
interference is a spot foul. Then we get a defensive holding, and it should have been a pass interference. You know, we get the 5 yards instead of the spot foul. Like, you got to be consistent. You got to be consistent. And that goes from offense, defense, special teams, coaching to the referees of the game. Be consistent with it. They're not going to stop this brotherly shove. They're not going to stop it. But they're going to cheat the hell out of it. If they're going to cheat it, be consistent and call them offsides. No way in the world should a defensive tackle be able to line up his hand under the football, which is technically offsides.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sorry,
feel
Reverend.
you.
I'm done.
feel you.
I'm done.
All right, we're done too because I got a meeting. So I gotta go.
My oldest
a
will be
meeting.
at the game on Sunday.
All right, he can go live. Make sure he checks in. All right, okay. So we'll be back here on Sunday. That's a 4:25 game. So we'll be on at 3:25. And the new feature, me calling play-by-play during the game. You go watch the game with Dark Knight. People have been tuning in. We got quite a few views last time too.
Yeah, I was tuned in too. That I was cussing the TV out and you at the same time.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a new thing. So you can watch the game with me. You have it on your TV. I'll be doing play-by-play on, and this is on YouTube only. This won't be a Facebook thing. So you have to be on YouTube to catch that play-by-play. But it's a good time, man. The only thing I have to bring my snacks, to have them ready for me because at halftime I'm like, oh, I'm hungry now. I'm hungry because
He's like, I'll be right. He's like, I'll be right back.
So either I have to make up a new cover or something that says "Be right back," or have my snacks ready right there at halftime. So, but tune in Sunday first of all for pregame with Eagles Talk, and we'll be talking about our Philadelphia Eagles taking on the LA Rams. Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp is coming back. So that should be a joy. That should be a challenge there. So we'll be here Sunday. Don't watch it with anyone else. Watch it with us. Pregame with Eagles Talk. I'm your man, Dark Knight.
What time's the game Sunday?
It's 4:25, so we'll be on at 3:25. All right. So
Maybe
come
30.
back. Check us out. I'm your man, Dark Knight. For my co-host with the co-most, Pat and Michelle, we'll see you guys on Sunday. We're out. Peace.
We go live in 5.